what's up, y'all? Cam and Chris.
Chris and Cam.
Back again.
Again.
We going to Stockton with this one.
We back to Stockton.
He shot at a rapper MBNel 22 times when friends turn rivals. So story of TC Low. So we gonna see what all happened.
Right, because we done heard some stuff, and I mean, might have read some stuff, we might have seen some stuff, but let's see if this tell us something.
Cali, in this episode,
different at least.
Just 2 days. Say 2 days ago.
No,
it was 2 days ago from. Was it?
No, maybe you need to.
I would detail us.
Let's see.
Oh, now we just. Did you lose it?
Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I will detail the story of Stockton rapper TC Low. TC Low is of Filipino descent. By the 1930s, Filipinos were attracted to the agriculture jobs in California's Central Valley. Many young Filipino men made Stockton their home, but this was a hard decision. It was a lot of racism and discrimination against them, and laws that persisted into the mid-1960s, keeping these mostly young men from pursuing the American dream of having a U.S. education, a family, and a higher status, even barring them from crossing Main Street into what was then exclusively white neighborhood of the city of Stockton. During World War II, the American public opinion about Filipinos changed when Filipinos both in the Philippines and in the USA fought fiercely and bravely alongside Americans. In response, these Filipino-American pioneers built their own community known as Stockton, Little Manila. Afterwards, laws were changed, and many Filipinos were able to marry and bring their brides to the USA. They started families and started producing a generation of Filipino Americans. By 1946, Stockton, Little Manila was home to the largest Filipino community in the USA. The same would later come with other Asian-based communities like Cambodians. Stockton had a flood of Cambodians come in the 70s and 80s. The majority of Cambodians that immigrated to the United States in the late 1970s and the early 1980s were refugees of the 1975 to 1979 Cambodian genocide that is more commonly known as the Killing Fields. The Killing Fields were a number of sites in Cambodia where collectively an estimated 2 to 3 million people died. Most of the Asian rappers from Stockton have ancestors who come from these types of family situations. And TC Low's family life will be no different coming up on the south side of Stockton. And as you know by now, if you watch my previous episodes or are familiar with Stockton, you would know it's one of the most dangerous cities in all of California, with high poverty and high crime rates. So jumping in the streets is an easy transition for any kid growing up in Stockton. South Stockton had various gangs around the area, many blood and Crip sets. You probably know Southeast Stockton from rappers like Young Slobie, EBK Young Jock, and EBK J-Bo, and South Stockton for rappers like Bands and MBNel. MBNel and TC Low would come up together, being close since an early age, growing up in the same area, being the same race, and running in the same crowds. They both also affiliated themselves with the Crips. Another common theme between the two was rap. Music would eventually be the career path that both MBNel and TC Low would pursue. MBNel affiliated himself with a crew called the Muddy Boys and took the abbreviated name, MB, and also Nel for his first name, Jonel. And TC Low would take the name TC, which meant for Too Crucial. By 2016,
we never knew
MBNel
what M's
TC Low. So it's Too Crucial. What's the low then? Why low?
started to officially try his hand at his rap career. By 2017, you would see several songs and videos of Nel all over YouTube, which started to gain him a local buzz in the city. But TC Low himself was still fully involved in the streets, and he wasn't taking rap serious. And his Crip affiliation would keep him in jail and also in street beef, and it would be evident when TC Low and MBNel would be involved in a fight. Old videos will later surface of TC Low and MBNel having a mall fight against another rapper named EBK Trey B. Both will later tell their sides on platforms like Star Quality and No Jumper.
I'm curious, what happened at the mall?
Some kid shit, we was at the mall, and they're older though, he was like, I don't know, he's probably like 17, 18 at this time, it was like 14 and 15. We just sitting there, I got a red bandana on, but he was TC Low, like TC Low just kept looking at me like, and they kept walking back and forth. I'm like, what the fuck? And I tell him like, what's up, blood? TC Low turn around, he like, the fuck Bloods, nigga, it's Cris. Hella loud, like in the middle of the mall. So we just got on that. We finna beat the fuck out these niggas.
Yes, fight at the mall back in the day.
Oh yeah.
What was exactly going on in that? And is that the type of stuff that I could expect to encounter if I were to go to Stockton?
I mean, You'll counter that if you somebody like if you somebody who's a part of you shit, like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Or if you affiliated with certain things. But that was just on some, you feel me, fluky shit.
Right.
Like, folks just started gangbanging on each other, words exchanged, that was it.
Right. Is that the kind of situation that you're avoiding entirely these days, like in terms of going in the mall and just getting into a brawl? Or is it still a possibility?
It's still a possibility.
Right.
But you feel me?
But what's
Don't worry about
that?
it.
What's that like though? Like to be so far into your career and to still have people like feel like that's their sort of ace up their sleeve when they get into a beef with you or whatever, to be like, oh, check out this video from, because it's like a long ass time ago, right?
It was like, I was like a senior in high school or some shit. I don't even like a junior. I don't even remember, to be honest, but that was a long ass time ago.
Right.
MBNel already had a buzz by 2018, and TC Low began to drop his own host of videos and songs on various platforms. MBNel already had dropped his first album by 2018, and by the end of 2019, he would have released 6 albums. TC Low's first album would come by 2019, which he released an album called Problems, which had lead singles like How You Know on the album. By 2020, by his own words, is when TC Low began to take rap serious.
I wasn't really taking this shit seriously until probably a couple weeks ago. Like, I feel like in my, like, you feel me? Me personally, I feel like I've been taking it personal, like taking it more serious. Cases, family problems, you feel me? Stockton, trying to make money, you feel me? Like I said, with the cases, can't make money, can't get a job, you feel me? It's just hella shit.
TC Low will release an album called My Life, My Struggle by March of 2020, which featured other rappers like Mozzie and E-Mozzie. He dropped several videos to the album. By 2020 is when TC made several decisions that would cost him his freedom. Behind the scenes, an inner circle beef was brewing between TC and MBNel. Over time, both stopped affiliating with each other, and TC started claiming affiliation to a North Stockton Crips set, instead of his original roots in South Stockton. On February 2nd, 2020, MBNel was coming home from the Bay after a photo shoot or a show. He arrived at his home around 4 a.m. in a black Honda. In surveillance video, the black Honda drives down the street and turns around in a cul-de-sac and parks in a driveway on the south side of the street, out of the view of the surveillance video. Within 8 seconds, a tan minivan driven by TC Low circles the cul-de-sac. He stops in front of the black Honda and approximately fired 22 shots on the driver's side of the black Honda. The Honda was shot 17 times, but MBNel was not injured. TC Low missed every single shot. MBNel would later talk about this shooting on Vlad TV.
Well, I guess there was a situation where you got shot at 21 times?
Yeah.
When was this?
It was after, I think it was after a show. I don't remember. It was after, I think I had a show. And I came back from the show. At like 4 a.m. to my mama's crib. I'm pulling in. And I always be on tip when I'm, you feel me? Because all the shit that's going on. So I see a van pull in. I flip it. So I'm not facing on the street. I flip it and park it so that way my back of the car is facing it. Cause I already seen it coming. Like I had a gut in my feeling already. The van stopped and then he just started clapping at the car. I'm inside the car. The dude was just duck, so I'm ducking. And then dude shoot 22 times. They all hit the car against me one time.
22 shots?
Yeah.
And you didn't get hit one time?
One time while I was in the car.
So the whole car was just Swiss cheesed up?
Swiss cheesed up. From front, back.
I'm not gonna ask any names or anything else like that, but you feel you know who did it? Kinda, sorta?
Kinda, sorta, but...
Okay.
But...
How angry did that make you? You know, because this was in front of your mother's house?
Yeah, right in front of my mom's house.
So they could have just turned around and started shooting up your mother's house as well?
Yeah.
So if that's in front of your mother's house, then they must know where your mother lives and that type of shit situation. If they're basically following you home, or to your mother's house.
If they follow them, that don't mean they know where. But Vlad TV Vlad be trying to get you to say. So basically, what he insinuating is, you know this person, and this person know you. He know where your mom at.
Right?
It's like, dude. Like all these years, people been saying he be trying to get you to say incriminating stuff or incriminate stuff on other people. And he said he just asked the question, but he continued to do it. that people continue to go on this dude's show. It's crazy.
Well.
But this wouldn't be it, and this wouldn't be TCLOW last crime. On April 19th, 2020, TCLOW, along with 2 women, Amanda and Larissa, set up a plan to kill a female for undisclosed reasons, which they stalked her home. He had no idea her home or that she was being watched.
Wait, so we thought he was in jail for that. You think he was in jail for this? I never knew.
He said after that.
Right.
Reasons, which they stalked her home. He had no idea her home or that she was being watched. TC Low and Amanda and Larissa were waiting around the corner from her house in 2 vehicles. They chased the female victim down in a high-speed chase all around Stockton, while attempting to run the victim off the road. They were able to box the victim's car in, and TC's passenger fired multiple shots at the victim's car. The victim was shot in her leg, and another passenger in her car was narrowly missed by being shot in the chest. On October 15th, 2020, the Stockton Police Department announced the results of Operation Kryptonite, a joint operation between the Stockton Police Department, the Gang Violence Suppression Unit, the California Department of Justice, the California Highway Patrol Special Operations Unit, in conjunction with the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office.
Was it called Kryptonite because they was going only after Crips?
I guess it was only about that Crip set.
That's
that's when we saw all their pictures.
Yeah, so that was okay.
So TC Low and MBNel was on the same case, right? Because we saw both their pictures. You think it's that one?
It got to be right because that's when we saw both of them on that whole.
California Highway Patrol Special Operations Unit, in conjunction with the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office. This began in June of 2020, targeting criminal activities of street gangs in the city of Stockton. Operation Kryptonite came about because of an increase in violent crime involving documented members of criminal street gangs in the city of Stockton between 2018 and 2020. Agents, investigators, and officers wrote 55 search warrants, arrested 34 suspects related to various criminal violations. They recovered 38 firearms, seized approximately $40,000 in cash. They also confiscated several pounds of meth, cocaine, ecstasy, and also weed. A long list of Crips affiliated with South Stockton.
So is that who we saw him in bands on that chart?
I thought MBNel was on that too.
I don't know now that we just saw bands.
They wasn't by each other. It was over something.
Yeah, but
I don't know either now. I didn't say that.
Cocaine, ecstasy, and also weed. A long list of Crips affiliated with South Stockton were a part of this indictment, including rapper bands who I covered before. And TC Low, both shootings committed in 2020 will be traced back to him, and also his co-defendants on the second shooting. Amanda and Larissa and TC Low were all arrested. Behind bars, TC Low would start to throw dirt on MBNel's name, saying he was snitching on him. It began to be rumors that MBNel's family members told police what happened that night when MBNel's car got shot up. TC Low would then post some of the transcript from his case. On January 7, 2021, Larissa was sentenced to 10 months in county jail as an accessory to a felony after the fact. On April 5, 2021, Amanda was sentenced to 5 years state prison time for attempted murder. On June 17, 2021, TC Low was later sentenced to 15 years in state prison for attempted murder. By 2022, TC Low began to appear on Instagram.
So that's why he in jail.
Wait, so he got 15 years for attempted murder and she got 5?
Mm-hmm.
How's that when the passenger the one shot? So she was shooting. Because they said passenger in TC Low car was shooting.
Let me tell you something. Usually the women gonna get first of all, because they're gonna
use them.
Yes, they gonna get additional information out the women. It's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Women don't want to go to jail.
They be tough at first, but
but they don't want to go to jail, especially if you got kids. Women don't want to go to jail, so they like
nobody want to go. But women don't have a code like men. Men still try to not. Men they still snitch,
I'm not taking it
but
out.
they hold out a little longer. The women be like.
He made me. The women, that's all women gotta say.
He made me.
He made me. I didn't want to do it. He
I
said he was gonna shoot
life, right?
me. He was gonna shoot my mom, my kids if I ain't do it. Women, he was gonna shoot everybody. He gave me the gun. He told me to shoot. I shot. Easy. I'm just saying it is. So he got 15. She got the other girl only got 10 months. And she probably was.
But I don't know if she was there when them two was doing that.
She was in the car. They were both in the car.
Oh, I ain't see that.
I thought they said that. No.
I don't know if they was in the car during the shooting. of old girl.
Right. I thought all three of them was riding around together.
I just know it was at least two people, one driving, one
right,
shooting.
But I thought they said all of them were together in the car.
Instagram from a jail cell.
Maybe she didn't shoot though.
Right. I don't think she did the shooting, but they said she got accessory after the fact, so which means she could have not been there, but they came in and gave her the gun and gave her
hide this, hide that.
Could have been, but okay.
The murder. By 2022, TC Low began to appear on Instagram from his jail cell, going on live and releasing music like albums like Let Her Home in 2022 and Choose to Forget in 2023. In his albums, TC Low does MBNel a lot, even mentioning several times how he wanted to kill him. TC Low will even take it as far as going on live and having IG rants about MBNel.
Search up on my old Twitter. Asian boy this, Asian boy that. Nigga, my whole family from Asian boys. Yeah.
He lost
and nigga, this was claiming Southside on my mama. Nigga, I was claiming Southside. You know why? Because we was trying to take over the AG shit. Gang member trying to be a rapper. I'm really mad I'm in here because, okay, that case could have got dropped, but I ain't gonna lie, all the little other cases, because I got, 3-4 cases? That case got dropped and I would have got less time. It's cool. I would have sat down for a cool look. 15 years, fool. I had to do 85% is 11 years, fool. I already did 4. I got 6 left. That's 10. I got a year knocked off from doing college. You could have helped me. You could have been a real nigga to do that, Neil. But you didn't. You wanted to be a bitch. You wanted to be that gangster nigga that wanted you black. You lucky I ain't kill you. I ain't even gonna lie. You're lucky I did not kill you. Lucky I was high that day with the homie in the car. I already did too much. Ain't no fixing that. So I nigga, when I come home, Cuddy, it's gonna be 1 or 2 things, bro. My music's finna go back up, or I'm finna come back to prison for life. Cause I smoked your stupid ass.
TC Low at this point was releasing albums behind bars and freestyles, and he even did MBNel in a song called Ride Through They Sad.
Change when it's cloudy, damn, and it start to rain. 22 shots, and you ain't get hit. That's just God saying you ain't got no room to listen.
MBNel would then diss rappers from Nightingale, like Slowby and Jock, and even TC Low in an unreleased song.
Jock ain't finna yell, she crib bang in the north. Slowby from San Diego, Maple in 44th. Lowers from the south, set hopping, really a dork. Keep dissing on the game, we catching another course.
What? Who's saying this?
He coming at all them. But they bloods, right?
The
EBK dudes.
Are they bloods?
No.
No, because
yeah, but that's who. I don't know, cause didn't they say when he showed the bloods? I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's see.
Song.
Jock ain't finna yell, she crib bang in the north. Slowby from San Diego, Maple in 44th. Lowers from the south, set hopping, really a dork. Keep dissing on the game, we catching another course.
But as of now, TC Low has been quiet and rarely heard from. TC Low is now 24, and his earliest parole date is in 2030.
Wow.
This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous.
4 more years. Maybe he'll get another off if he. So whoever see that, his lawyer, district attorney, judge, or something, be like, look, I saw that video, you saying this and that. You need to really show that you growing and you being rehabilitated. Like, if not, like, I don't know.
That's what I was saying about his music and stuff. I'm like, when you still got something to lose, I don't know if you should still be talking about.
Right, because he still could do the whole 15.
He still could do the whole 15, but he didn't even get in trouble for the shooting. Why are you mad at? He said it affected the amount of years he got, but you were literally trying to kill a whole nother person, and you only got 15 years.
Maybe he only did that because he was high. That's what he said. He lucky he high, but maybe the only reason you did is because you was high.
Again, what they do? You shot up his mother. That was his parents' house.
He shot up the car. He didn't shoot up.
No, what I'm saying, it happened in front of his parents' house, which means you did not care. And the parents can go tell. They ain't got nothing to do with their son, who left the scene. They said he left before the police even came. But you shot up in front of the parents' house, who came out like, yeah, it was a shooting in front of our house. Somebody just shot at our son.
I don't even know if he should have parked. He should have got out of there.
Oh, well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but.
Because, yeah, like we said, what if some of them bullets went in the house?
Right. So, I mean, you mad at his parents had the right to whatever, talk to the police or give a statement, whatever. Still, you got 15 years for another shooting, a whole nother shooting. You didn't even get in trouble for this. that's what I'm saying. So he should just be in there, like, don't say nothing about. I wouldn't talk about that. I wouldn't be. I'll leave all that alone.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll leave and just be focused on getting out.
Yeah, that's crazy. How freely he talking about that stuff.
That's all I'm saying.
But good one, Warren Kelly.
Yep.
But thank y'all. Like, subscribe.